I'm one of the co-founders of Broadway North Theatre Company in 1995 when we did our first show. We came to Prince Albert in 1990 and we got involved in theatre and it came upon Daryl Lindenbeck, the gentleman's name, who was our director. He said, we should do a musical sometime. I said, that would be cool. So 1994, he called me in the winter. It was about waist-deep snow. He said, I've got something to show you. And he took us out to the Powerhouse, which was an old crumbly building. We walked in and he said, wouldn't this be a great place to do West Side Story? We turned it into something magical.
The things that I still remember very clearly about those early days would be the charms of that Powerhouse theater venue. We had moths, we had bats, we had graffiti on the walls, we had rubble everywhere. But the really amazing thing was that once you sort of got through all of that and it was opening night, there was such an excitement. It was like this amazing community event. It just sort of transformed that crazy venue into the magic of the theater.
Broadway North became a school. It became a step up, a raising of an already very thriving artistic community, and it became the centerpiece, probably because it had this personality of Malcolm Jenkins sort of as the face of the enterprise, but also because there were these young professionals that were attracted to do something different and exciting.
As somebody who's gone on to a career in music and theater, I can tell you how those early experiences really changed the course of my life. Broadway North gave me the opportunity to learn from industry professionals, to take chances, to make lifelong friends, and to see how a community can come together to create something magical.
Back in the early days, there were many of us who worked very hard to ensure that we could do the most professional level show that we could muster, even when we didn't have a professional building to perform them in, all before the E.A. Rawlinson Center was built. In 2003, we performed our first summer musical on stage, Guys and Dolls. And it's really wonderful to know that Broadway North will be able to use this professional facility to bring the musical experience to adults and children for many more years to come.
I can't tell you how much Broadway North means to me. 30 years is a huge feat, and for me this also marks 10 years since I started with the company. I've always said that Broadway North has a special sort of magic, and I remember it so viscerally when I was a starry-eyed kid, and it's a great privilege to get to pass that on to other kids like me. It's a cycle that is infectious, and people keep coming back and sticking around.
Joining Broadway North as a teenager came with this realization of just, wow, I've found my people, and I found a place where I get to be myself. Then you get to take all this hard work and it pays off. You get to go on stage and show it to hundreds, thousands, really countless people after this many decades, and make them feel something too, and that's really the payoff.
Broadway North Theatre Company produced professionals in every aspect of production that have gone on to work all over the planet. Without art, mankind does not advance. Broadway North Theatre Company started with a dream, I think, that understood that and has been going on for 3 decades.
You develop your own little community, your own sense of family while you're doing the shows in the most supportive, enthusiastic, fun environment ever. And I am so proud to say that I have been a part of the Broadway North Theatre Company.
I am forever grateful for being part of the long legacy of Broadway North. The longevity of the company is a reminder that the arts are powerful, vibrant, and a crucial part of who we are. Best wishes for all the future success for Broadway North.
On closing night, we stand in a circle so that everybody can see everybody. We get a rope that's long enough to go all the way around the circle and everybody gets to hold the rope. That's the point, especially on closing night, because everybody's pretty sad that the show's over. And for me, this is the memory you want to take home, is to look around at the amazing people. We're all connected. Then we go around and we cut the rope and you keep your piece. we need to keep those memories. You want to always just grasp that moment and hold on to it. And the rope became a real great symbol for that.
Broadway North Theatre, 30 years later, has all these children who have grown up together and have this beautiful Broadway North family now.
It helped me feel very comfortable with myself. It created a space for me to express myself and figure out who I am, and brought out my confidence as well. I think I can speak on behalf of a lot of us that Broadway North and the Rawlinson Center is our home, a second home.
We've had so many amazing young people continue on, and whether they continue on in actually going into theater and making that their living, or just going out and being these amazing members of society and community members and staying in the community and keeping Prince Albert vital and keeping Prince Albert engaged, that's what Broadway North has done.
15 years from now, there's going to be somebody else on the Rawlinson Center stage wearing a Broadway North costume going, this is awesome. That's what you want.
I think if you're involved in theater, it develops a sensitivity, it develops an empathy. You're putting yourself in the shoes of a character. You're emoting with your voice, you're emoting through song, and that's a very emotional experience. These kids that come through the Broadway North program, they're confident and they're also empathetic human beings. They've worked on the stage in community with each other. They've supported each other through some intense moments, trials and tribulations, and those are the qualities that I think build community, because it encourages other people to be just as courageous and to connect with others.